Today I'm going to go over Almira.com, which is a Cypriot hotel in Paphos, and why the hero section is not quite good and could be just a little bit better. I'm going to go over 4 or 5 reasons. Let's just jump into it really quickly. So first one's first, this is just a screenshot of their website, and this is off a 14-inch laptop screen. So when it goes to a bigger screen, because this is, what is this? This is a studio display, so it's a 27-inch display. This gets stretched out further, and then it kind of breaks the look a little bit. So I'm not entirely sure about the design of how this was meant to be, but the first thing that I noticed was that the animations were a little bit off. Animations can be used to draw your eye. So one animation comes in, something else comes in, and when the last one comes in, that would generally be like your call to action or the brand name, something that you're going to remember or push you to do. Secondly, one thing I did love about this website was the direct price booking. Why can't I zoom in? The direct price booking button in the bottom right catches your eye really quickly. Gives you a discount, albeit not much of a discount, but it is there, and it pushes you to book directly with the hotel, which is great. The only downside I would say is that 1, 2, 3 calls to action on one section. I would minimize this to 1 call to action so you know exactly what you're meant to do there. Now let's look at the header. Header is not bad actually. I would say the menu buttons should be capitalized, just so it's just a definitive, this is where you're going for this. It's not a written sentence which can be capitalized with small letters. I really think they should be capitalized. I'm not entirely sure if there's any data on that, whether it works better in conversion rate, but it's something to look at. And the one thing, just from a design perspective, the lining up of everything, so if that's on the bottom of the menu, it's going just above the halfway point of the logo, and then it's just on the bottom of the book, so that is kind of in line. These all look like they're in line, but the logo is off. Even if you were to go to the bottom of that, it's not the bottom of the book button and the top. So that's where they've done the lining up. So it's still a little bit off. Just something that caught my eye. It's small things like that can make a section on a website look disjointed and not professional enough, not together. Thirdly, the book button, top right. If you look at the hero section as a whole, it doesn't grab your eye enough. It's not enough of a contrast. The blue is nice, but I would have gone with more of a color, because the background is like a deep dark blue, and this is only a light blue. I might have gone with a contrasting color like yellow or Mediterranean color. Actually, yes, yellow would be a Mediterranean color. Number 4 would be the photography. Now, whilst these images are great, they look more like they're supposed to be in a fashion magazine, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But this hotel, I've been through their website, there's a position of like laid back luxury, and there's a family aspect to it as well. So they've got the luxury aspect there, but there's no family in any of these pictures. It's very choreographed, very, very well photographed, beautiful models, beautiful scenery, well lit. I love the direct lighting of the sun and the backlight of this image and the mixture of the black and white there. But it doesn't match the brand, or at least I don't think that's what it was matching the brand. Obviously, I don't know what the direction of this was, but I just don't agree with it. So just my 2 cents there. And the tagline, number 5, 4 or 5, I don't know which one we're on now. Tagline, bottom right, sleek, chic, unique. The unique button is beneath the fold. So when you're talking about above the fold on a website, above the fold was a newspaper term. So if it's above the fold, it's more of the important information. The fold on a website is the bottom part of the screen. So you need to be above the fold. So that word just needs to be shoved up there, and you could have stretched it out. There's plenty of space to do a sleek, chic, and then unique to the side. Doesn't have to go beneath it like that. Let me take you through what I would have done, and my little sort of 1 hour, 2 hour thought process on this. So obviously I looked into their website further, and I do think that their tone of this background button, it's like this well, this, whoever called this, is steel marine. Absolutely wonderful. I've called it royal marine, I think, but it's deep blue, a luxury blue. It's really, really nice. And because of the book button, I thought, well, you know, you don't want to go with white, so you want something that's just off. I found a wonderful color there. And then a little bit of color research, Mediterranean style, blue, white, and yellow is the big theme. There's a yellow there which works lovely with this blue, this lovely dark blue here. Not this, this does work there, but it's not quite there. I pinched a couple of their images off their website and linked to, so we're now with typography. So the headline, this is called OG. It's a wonderfully elegant serif font. And then subheadline, what did I go with? This was editorial new, I think. Yes, this is editorial new, another fantastic, very easily readable serif font. That would be for a subheadline, so for different sections on a website. The body copy, I went with Montserrat, yes, very popular, very easy to read. It's got lots of different weights, so you can have differentiation and contrast between different bits. Example would be the Book Now button. I think I set that to bold. So any CTA button is bold Montserrat and the body is just regular. So there's a little bit of contrast in typography as well. These are the colors I was talking about. So we've got the royal yellow, which I decided to call it for whatever reason. Then you've got your midnight blue and then an off-white, which is F4. It's not quite white, where was it? If you see that on the actual spectrum, it's just beneath pure white and it looks lovely. So this is my initial thought was like, what if we did something very big and bold, luxury, show off, this is what you're at, and this is the tagline, a quick one I came up with: a stylish sanctuary on the Mediterranean shores of Paphos, Cyprus. And then the idea here would be that as you would scroll down, this would actually, you just kind of zoom into that, so it would kind of bring you into the image. Wasn't super keen on just having a Book Now button there, and would have liked to have incorporated this somewhere. So I did another thought process, and this is where I think I'm quite happy with this one. So this is a full page image which gives you a proper feeling of the of the property there. Now, who wouldn't want, let's say you're there, lazy afternoon, you've done some shopping, some tourist stuff in the morning, you've got dinner booked later in the hotel. Who wouldn't want to be at that pool looking over to that ocean, or on the bed just getting some afternoon sun, cold beer in hand? Absolutely fantastic. This sells the feeling that I'm going to get when I come to this hotel. Got a little wavy logo type thing up the top, the coordinates for Almira, simple menu buttons so you're not distracted by too many options. I see this on a lot of bed and breakfast websites actually, and quite a few hotel, sort of the lower end hotel websites, where, not the websites, the properties themselves, where they have like 6 to 8 different menu options on the top, and it gives you a bit of an analysis paralysis. You want a very simple menu. You want everything to be in very specific points, and you don't want to extend too much, which is why I just went with, you've got your Almira name there, our tagline of what you're going to get when you come to this property, this hotel, and your booking thing, dates, room, adult or children, book now, very direct, very simple. The off-white, is contrasting well with the dark blue of the pool. And just as a reminder to whoever's browsing this website, you've got direct booking 10% discount. So nice and simple, nice and straightforward. You've given them an incentive to book directly with you, not with an online travel agent, Booking.com, Expedia, whoever. And overall, you've got it's very together. I personally love a beautiful serif font. Everything's very readable, everything's legible. There's little elements on the sides and the top. I wanted to add a few more in, but this was just a quick mock-up of what I would have done differently. Little sort of section guide here. So this would be, as you would go through the homepage, this would change and you can get back to different sections quite quickly. But yeah, that's my 2 cents for Almira.com. Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. And if I can help with anything, shoot me a message, send me an email. I'd love to chat with you.